We live and we live. Welcome to the Cold Truth Podcast, where we tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and don't care how you feel about it. We got a special guest, Dre, in the group today. Just a quick little background. He has a brother in the league, coaches a football team out here in Texas, and is the host of a corrupt fantasy league. So I think my boy knows a little bit about his ball.
Look, man, I lost control of the league, man. That's the problem, man. Too many crooks out here, man. I'm trying to ride a smooth shit, man. I'm doing the best I can, man. I am.
So I guess he know a little ball.
A little bit.
But shit, we gonna hop straight into it. So before we hopped on, Rod, you ain't catch it. We gonna get your reaction too. So I've been talking a little crazy about Justin Herbert lately, but it ain't my fault. Somebody brought him to me, and I didn't send for him. So I got somebody that pretty much be going at Lamar Jackson, which is fine. I deal with that type of shit every day. But we started doing comparison with Herbert, right? So his argument is saying Herbert was better. He was trying to name, which quarterback in the NFC is better than Justin Herbert that's in the playoffs, right? Or just in the NFC in general. But my point was, I'm comparing Justin Herbert to his contemporaries. Because what I'm tired of is people putting him in the same class as Allen, Burrow, Mahomes. I don't think he deserves to be up there yet. I just don't. And my argument was he's in year 3 and has yet to make it to the playoffs. When you think about all the other young quarterbacks, and now we can even throw Trevor Lawrence in there, all the young quarterbacks have made it to the playoffs within their second year. And so let me name them off so that nobody think, as far as the young quarterbacks that we thought was going to be something, because Zach Wilson clearly don't count. But if we thinking about Lamar Jackson, but Justin Herbert, not Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and now Trevor Lawrence. All these young guns that we thought was going to do something, or even the ones that we didn't, they done made it to the playoffs in their second year. And for Justin Herbert to go this year, which was an accomplishment I gave him, but he just got blitzed in the second half. So I said, until he shows me something just off of my eye test, because he tried to argue me numbers. I said, bro, I don't care about numbers. What has he won? He have all the numbers in the world, but what numbers translate to winning? And my whole thing, I was like, bro, Justin Herbert has a far superior offense than what Lamar has. I don't care about Lamar having a better run game and all this yada, yada, yada. You got two $200 million receivers and a top running back in the league. Figure it out.
Nah, man, I'm right there with you. A couple things with Justin Herbert. When I think about him, I think of another Chargers quarterback.
Phillip Rivers.
I see Phillip Rivers, man. I see Phillip Rivers. But again, quarterbacks like Justin Herbert and Phillip Rivers, it's either you're going to look at them with the glass half full or the glass half empty. Justin Herbert, a lot of times, I'm going to look at it as the glass half full. Justin Herbert really isn't the problem. Justin Herbert is part of the solution. The problem is the play calling. As a coach, if you tell me I'm gonna spot you guys a 27-point lead, if we lose that game, I'm not blaming the quarterback. I'm not blaming the defense. There's only one person I'm going to blame, and that's my offensive coordinator. There is no way if you have a 27-point lead, you can't manage a game that's going to make sure that we come out of this on top. So when I look at this game this past week, I'm looking at the OC. I'm putting that shit on the offensive coordinator. But I do ride with you when you do say that you're going to take Lamar Jackson over Justin Herbert. To me, that's a no-brainer. There's only one quarterback in the league that I'm going to take over Lamar, and that's Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson is a unanimous MVP at the quarterback position. There's not a single quarterback playing right now that can say that same thing. He's the only guy that can say that. So to me, Lamar is really showing what a generational quarterback is. He has absolutely nothing out there with him, and yet he's winning games. Justin Herbert, again, either one of those receivers, Mike Williams or Keenan Allen, they go over there to Baltimore, they're the saving grace. They're going to get a hero's welcome. Lamar has never played with a receiver like either of those guys. Austin Eckler is a top 7 running back in this league. He's a top 7 running back in this league. Justin Herbert's numbers are just a reflection of the guys he's playing with. Now, again, Herbert's extremely talented. There's only maybe 4 quarterbacks I would take over him, but it really that what we saw this weekend. I'm not putting it on Herbert. I ain't putting it on Herbert. I'm putting it solely on their offensive coordinator, man. That's the only guy that needs to blame.
But see, and at the same time, because I had did like a little quick 3 minute video not too long after that game, because and pretty much what I said, I was like, I don't know really why anybody is surprised, because if you look at the Chargers, I went and looked it up. The Chargers, I want to say, are like top 5 in first half points. They're 28th in second half scoring. They've been doing this all year. And when
Well,
you really sit and think about the games they've had, there's no lies detected. They did it against Kansas City twice.
I think their biggest problem, and the reason which reflects more on that, is the fact that they're just not committed to run the ball all the time. They get a little
Yeah.
too cute, and when you get down to crunch time, the third quarter and the fourth quarter, you got to be able to run the ball to close games. You got to be able
Yeah.
to run the ball to close games, and I think Austin Eckler is capable of doing that. But it would be nice if they had a change of pace back, maybe a true between the tackles back that they could get some of them ugly yards with. All right, get a 2-yard game, get a 3-yard game. Do those things.
Yeah.
It's not always, third and plus, third and 10, third and 8, third and whatever. Like, you got to commit to the running game, and that's what you really don't see over there in LA. They're not committed to the running game. Austin Eckler, he's a glorified scat back in that offense. And
Yeah.
they've got to be able to run the ball that way in that second half, not necessarily to make sure that they're scoring more in the second half, but that they control the game. That's what you saw this past week. They could not control the game down the stretch.
Shit, Rod, you want to chime in and piggyback off of that?
Man, I can agree with Andre on that. Especially when you bringing up the stats talking about they the 5th in the league as far as
They
scoring,
top
28th in
5
the
in the
league.
first half, yeah. And then they
In
top
the second
5 in the
half.
first half of scoring, and second half they 28th.
For sure. No, I mean, I feel like it's time for Chargers needing a new head coach, man. They need something different. They offensive coordinator, head coach, something got to change because those play calls that's coming from their offensive coordinator getting played through their head coach headphones too. He hear them plays that's going through. He know them plays ain't gonna work. So I feel like they need a whole coaching change. To be honest with you, they need a whole different dynamic in that whole, in that building.
Yeah. And see, and the problem I had with that, because I clearly said that because it was one thing if they lost that game, I said the coach should be fired. But then after the way they lost, I was like, yeah, no, this can't just be offensive coordinator. The head coach got to go. I mean, there's just no way that you can sit there. Oh shit, he done came flamed up. Oh,
Yeah, you
here
got
he
another
go.
hat
Here
on,
he
baby.
go. Oh shit,
Yeah,
here he
baby.
go.
You hear me?
But nah, man. So I'm just in the mindset of when you look at this shit like back to back, you sit there and play your starters in the meaningless game and get your other receiver hurt, who's been injury prone all year, and then for you to go the next week to be up the way you were and then lose the way you did. I just don't know how you can just put all that on the offensive coordinator. I know that they just got rid of him, they looking for somebody else, but you can't sit here and just make me believe that Brandon Staley's job is just safe next year. If me personally, I feel like he on the hot seat. If he don't make the playoffs or we see some more dumb shit going on next year, Buddy is gone.
If he ain't doing good by the first 5 games, if they 3-2, he out of there. It's too much talent on that team. Too much.
They'll give him till Thanksgiving to see what his record is, because the thing about it, to me personally, if you ain't doing nothing by Thanksgiving, it's real hard for me to believe that you're gonna be doing something in December. Because to me, after Thanksgiving, that's when it's crunch time. It all comes down to who can win in December, and we almost saw the Packers was 1 win away, pretty much, from being that team that's like showing that December games matter.
Imagine this right here: the Giants coach, Brian Doe. If he was the head coach of their Chargers team, do y'all think the Chargers would be out the playoffs right now? That
Absolutely
is
not.
coaching his ass off right now. Like, let's be for real.
I think you could say that about a lot of different coaches. I honestly feel with the Chargers team, you got to believe that Staley and Herbert have some type of good relationship. That's the only reason why at this point his job's probably not on the line. If the quarterback wants that head coach, you got a franchise quarterback. If that franchise quarterback is saying, hey, this is my guy, this is who I want, then you got to believe that, upper management's like, all right, let's ride this wave maybe another year.
I mean,
Or
shit.
you could
Does
be,
he want him?
or it could be a situation where they're like, you know what, here are the eligible coaches this year. We don't really like this pool, but we know maybe this guy might be ready a year from now. So let's not go ahead and hire a coach now. Let's go ahead and wait out one more year until our guy's ready. Because I'm telling you, Lincoln Riley right now at USC, next year he's probably going to be one of the hottest NFL coaching candidates. And I think a lot of teams, they're chomping at the bit. They're waiting over there about the entry gate to see who's going to win the Lincoln Riley sweepstakes next year. Because he said he's going to come back to USC this season. But next season, hey, you never know. If enough money's thrown his way, you can see him, coaching on Sundays.
Yeah. Yeah, I could feel that. I could feel that. I just had to throw some more shade at Justin Herbert because my boy, he been talking crazy to me. But now that we got that out the way, let's get to these divisional round matchups. And I guess we gonna save that one for that flamer over there for last. But what first game is who? Chiefs Jags. How you like that matchup?
Look, I told people before the season started, before the playoffs started, I said, man, Trevor Lawrence, he playing with some spice. He's starting to run around the same way he was and he was playing in Clemson. And I feel like we could have seen this Trevor last year if that train wreck of Urban Meyer wasn't their head coach.
Yeah.
But that offense is playing with a little bit of juice. I still think the Chiefs probably win big, but I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have enough moments in that game that's going to make it say, all right, young Bulls arrived. He might be top 5 next year. I think
shout out to Christian Kirk because we was talking crazy about that boy before the season started.
Man,
shout out to Christian Kirk.
So would.
Yeah, look.
Shout out to Christian Kirk. We was talking bad about that boy for all that money. You earned that money, my boy.
Them boys can play. Evan Ingram out there can play. I think they're one.
The Giants mad than a motherfucker right now, boy.
Yeah, I think Hasty might be their guy. Their big back. But I feel like if they get one power back, a true between the tackles running back to pair along ETN, I wouldn't be surprised if they make a real run for it next year.
Because that defense ain't no slouch, boy. That defense is really what they was on. That defense is really what they built up last year.
Oh, yeah. You got Walker. You got Josh Allen. You got dogs back there in the secondary. I think they're ready.
Josh Allen ready to be one of them new top paid linebackers, boy.
Oh man, he's a beast. He's a beast. I mean,
that boy ready.
Right there, that second tier. Obviously, he's not up there, the TJ Watts of the world yet. But I feel he's right there in that second tier of pass rushers who, was a one big season away to, being put into that category. But now that Jacksonville Jaguars team, I think they're gonna put up a fight. But I say the Chiefs pull away late. I say Kansas City 34. Jacksonville 23.
I don't know why I got it a little bit close. I feel like it's gonna be like a one touchdown game, just because of the simple fact. It ain't that I don't trust Kansas City. I'm just trying to, because it's like if Chris Jones ain't blowing shit up, bro, it's kind of like who else is finna step up on that defense? That's kind of how I feel about Kansas City sometimes. If Chris Jones has an off night, they just not the same on that defensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand that Tyrann Mathieu was older. He ain't the player he used to be, but that was somebody that kept him hyped up. And I don't know who that player is on the Chiefs just getting everybody ready to play. Like they all just kind of just seem like they just out there. Like I said, I feel like that defense is really Chris Jones a bust to me.
Well, what I'll say to that is I feel like the most important player on Kansas City's defense is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, look, I'm telling you.
Hey, chill out.
He's the most important player on that defense. The way this man manages the game, it almost makes it so it does not matter as much. This motherfucker is a magician. I mean, clock management-wise, converting on third downs, man, his defense be over there sipping margaritas and chilling because they know he's not going to put them in bad situations. Patrick Mahomes does not turn the ball over in minus territory, and they convert on third down. He's the most important player on that defense. So I don't think KC's defense is going to be a problem. I think they're going to make enough plays to where They could pull away late. That's why I think it's going to end up being 11-point game.
Yeah.
Big
Oh no,
Rob, what
man.
you got, man? Man, his ass ain't got
All
nothing
right,
to
I'm
say.
back. My bad, guys. Daddy duties.
Man,
So no, I mean, I hear what y'all was saying. So basically, I feel like I can't go
It's
against
gonna
Pat
be a good
Mahomes.
ass game, boy.
Yeah, I can't go against Pat Mahomes, man. I know Trevor Lawrence. If you did that same thing that he did that first half against Kansas City, it was over with. It'd have been like that TCU game. It was over with. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I'm just kind of scared of their defense, man. I feel like, bro, I just feel like Jacksonville could really do something to that defense, bro.
I mean, they defense is good, but you got to remember you playing against
That defense,
the best
alright.
quarterback in the league right now.
yeah. You're playing against
That's
the
the
best
difference.
quarterback, but let's also not forget you're playing against Andy Reid. And if Bill Belichick didn't have Tom Brady, we'd probably talk about Andy Reid as the best coach of this generation. Honestly.
Yeah.
So you're playing against the GOAT quarterback and the GOAT coach. So I mean it's a lot. It's a lot to have to, go to ask a young team like Jacksonville to go out there and beat Kansas City in Kansas City. So we can't forget about that part too.
The loudest stadium in the world.
So that's why I think I love Trevor. He's played in a lot of big games.
Hey, man.
I'm not
Trevor
counting.
Coach ain't he ain't new to knocking off a goat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We eat curry goat.
Yeah. No,
we eat curry goat.
I love that. Dougie's the man. Dougie Fresh is the man. I believe in Dougie.
We know how to knock off goats.
No, I believe in Dougie. But I also know Andy Reid ain't really one to flinch. He ain't really one to flinch. To me, he's the best offensive mind the NFL has ever seen. You see what he did over there with the Eagles. You're seeing what he's doing over here now with Kansas City. He's the best offensive mind the NFL has ever seen. And I just don't see this young Jacksonville team that's wet behind the ears going over there to Arrowhead Stadium and stand a chance. I see them getting pistol whipped and thrown out the club, but they're too good offensively to completely get blown out. I think they'll be down 20 plus at points during the game, but they'll fight their way back to only lose by maybe 11. But I see them being down 20 plus at some point in this game.
We can agree to disagree. I don't know about 20. I don't know. I just don't think. I don't know, bro. I've seen too much of Jacksonville. Like I know they've had their blips where it's like, what the fuck y'all doing? But I don't know. I don't know.
Look, I'm telling you, Kansas City's so damn good right now. They just trying to make fun. These motherfuckers are doing spinning around the circles and shit before the
Ring around the road.
Ring around the road. I mean, that's look, it's boring to them at this point. And let's be real, like this is how great Patrick Mahomes is. This man does not have a top 10 receiver on that team. He does not have an all-pro, Pro Bowl, none of that at receiver, but he's so great. He's spreading that ball to everybody. It don't matter that he got Keith Sweat at receiver. He is spreading that bitch around. Patrick Mahomes is playing better than I think we saw him playing his MVP year. He is too much.
Didn't he throw? He threw more yards this year, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Patrick Mahomes has the juice right now, man. He has the juice right now. I don't see anybody stopping Mahomes until he faces San Francisco in the Super Bowl. I think that's the only way we're going to see Patrick Mahomes get slowed down.
Whoa. So you going too far.
Here we go.
Now, how the 49ers don't get the Super Bowl when they finna lose to the Cowboys, man?
Look, man.
Oh, let's get into it then. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it.
Get right to it then, man.
Talk your talk then. What
you got your little jersey on, right?
You know, hey man, they ain't no.
You got the jorts on too?
Did you dig it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they gonna do Diggs' ankle just like that number 7. They gonna break his shit. His shit gonna be crooked than a motherfucker when he get burnt. Brandon Ayuk gonna cook that nigga, boy.
Hey man, hopefully put that body on him, man. That's hey, press him up, man. I'm ready.
That's exactly how that nigga ankle gonna be looking when he gets shook.
Hey, my boy Dak ain't here to play, man. I know we're not a defense like that. Don't get me lying to you. As long as they play the game like it's supposed to be played, I put a tight end over Bosa all game. I'm hitting him in his
over who?
Over Bosa. I don't give a damn if my tight end got a
motion. Oh, so you can double team him.
I'm trying to bust him in his ass every play.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, hold on now.
If he on the other side, and my play was set up on the other way, I'm motioning my tight end, set up right. I'm sitting right over his head all game. I'm busting them across his head. Now I understand they got other guys, Armstead. I know they got some other guys. They linebacker. They got the best linebacker core in the league. I'll admit it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem admitting that. You know, but people been passing on their ass. Let's be real.
You weren't talking like this earlier. You weren't talking like this earlier.
Yeah.
Huh?
You weren't talking like this when I talked to you earlier.
Now the game getting closer. The game
okay.
closer.
Oh,
it's less than
he wasn't
48
talking
hours,
like this earlier.
Nah.
He wasn't talking like this earlier.
I mean, to me, honestly, the Cowboys, I feel like it's going to come down to who's going to be able to rush the passer more. I hear Rodney saying them probably bringing in a blocking tight end, trying to double team Nick Bosa. But honestly, the Cowboys don't have the outside threats at receiver to be able to do that enough. I feel, CeeDee Lamb, he could win a one-on-one, but there's not another receiver on the Cowboys that you feel comfortable enough saying, all right, we're going to put both our receivers out here on the numbers, and we're going to bring in tight ends to block, and we feel that our guy's going to beat your guy. The only way you can do that is if you feel you have multiple guys out there, a receiver that can win one-on-ones. The Cowboys don't have that. They got CeeDee Lamb, and they got a lot of guys out there just wearing the Fitbits, getting steps. That's all they doing. They just out there just enjoy.
I really feel like the player on the Cowboys that's really gonna have to have like a good game for them to win is gonna have to be y'all's tight ends, whether it's Dalton Schultz or that other boy. If they don't, I feel like if
doubling CD so much, they'll get on.
If y'all tight ends don't contribute in any way, y'all are gonna lose. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Bro,
because
I'm putting double tight end sets. I'm putting sets on the goddamn tight ends. Just to be honest with you, I'm opening up the line. Hopefully, we can get some runs. If we can get some runs, we good. But I'm slipping out, doing play actions, rolling out. That's what the Cowboys. But they one of the best play action teams when they rolling out the pocket. They the best. I ain't seen nobody do it like that.
Look, all I'm gonna say,
they one of the high percentage teams on third down.
If Dak throws that ball more than 35 times, y'all are losing this game.
That's a W.
No, y'all losing this game. If Dak throws that ball more than 35 times, I don't see the Cowboys winning this game. They got to establish a run.
I feel like we may not be able to run this game because
that's the problem.
The 49ers. But the secondary is not great like that. You're gonna have to pass 35 to win this game. If you don't pass 35, I feel like we ain't gonna be able to win it.
If San Francisco's keying that Dallas their game plan is to throw the ball 60 times like we've seen Dak do in the past, Nick Bosa and them boys are gonna pin their ears back, and Maga Bosa's gonna be putting Dak Prescott in the ground.
Oh yeah,
Maga Bosa's coming.
No, he coming.
Maga Bosa's gonna turn that.
Maga Bosa.
Maga Bosa, just like Ash Ketchum, you gonna turn that Trump hat backwards. He's gonna give it a 4-point stance. He's gonna put them black boys in the dirt. He will. You already know he will.
Say, man,
Maga Bosa.
Maga Bosa's coming. He's gonna key on everybody who's not standing up during that national anthem. And during the game, he's gonna put each one of them on the ground.
God damn.
I'm telling you, Maga Bosa, if y'all motherfuckers try to throw that ball every single time, baby Trump's gonna put them boys in the ground. You think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? Maga Bosa
gonna have to put that pressure on.
Maga Bosa.
You're gonna be going up against Tyron Smith, hopefully
look,
the old GOAT can do something.
Nah, man. Ain't
man, your boy Michael Parsons better not run for Trent Williams tomorrow on Sunday. That's all I know. He better not duck that smoke.
Yeah. And that's going to be interesting to see where they put him. Because, they're going to try to put him in the most opportune position. That's what they're going to do. So, I wonder if he's going to play, a true stand-up.
You have to play
put him at the line of scrimmage. What are they going to do with him?
Put who?
Michael Parsons. Like, is he going to be a true stand-up linebacker? Are they going to put him at the line of scrimmage, or are they going to try to put him on the inside? I'm just interested to see what they do with him. But again, I think the team that can rush the passer the most effectively is going to have the best shot. We haven't even mentioned the old boy Brock Purdy yet, but I honestly feel that Tom is either going to be his friend or it's going to be his enemy. Yep. Either it's going to be we see him play more.
I like old Brock Purdy.
I love Brock.
For a 7th-round pick to come out doing what he doing, man, that's
it's a beautiful story. But here's the thing.
Goddamn story, but that shit gotta go today.
Let's be real.
5-10 gotta go.
We've seen stories like this. We've seen the Gardner Minshews of the world. We've seen all that shit. And a lot of times what happens is either they continue that greatness like Tony Romo did, or teams get more and more film on them, and all of a sudden they pick up on their tendencies, and all of a sudden they go from being the hero to the zero like a Jeremy Lin. All right, so to me, I think Brock Purdy's the truth. I don't think this is a fluke. I think Brock Purdy.
He's that good.
I think again, and I made that comparison. I see a Tony Romo in it. I see he's able to do.
The way he moves his feet in the pocket, the way he maneuver, the way he twinkle toes. I see all of them.
Yeah.
He know how to move away from that ball. He know how to move away from that pressure for sure.
Look, Trey Lance in the preseason, Jimmy Garoppolo, none of them guys can get the ball to George Kittle the way that Brock Purdy's doing it. Brock Purdy's spreading the wealth. Everybody's saying IU. We have not seen IU play this good ever. But now that he has his quarterback, Ayuk is really turned into their true number one receiver, and Debo's just the guy, the kind of joker position, getting him moving around everywhere.
Just moving around everywhere else, running into the middle field wide open.
And we hadn't even talked about that man yet, Christian McCaffrey, Darius Sanders. That man been playing motivated. He ain't got to worry about Baker Mayfield throwing the ball in the dirt anymore. Darius Sanders is ready.
I'm proud of him.
Hey, look, I'm telling you,
it's a couple of fantasies for me.
I'm telling you, San Francisco, go ahead and write it, stamp it, do whatever. They will be playing in the Super Bowl in February. Next one. What's the next one? What do we got?
Damn.
What teams? Because let's just end that there. I don't see.
What's the prediction to the scope? What's your prediction to the scope?
San Francisco 38, Dallas 21.
38?
Damn!
You think they're really finna put up 38?
I see 2 defensive touchdowns being scored this game.
Dang, Rodney, if that's the score, at least you're going to enjoy some brisket, because other than that, you're going to have a bad day if that comes to fruition.
Yeah. I see definitely 2 defensive touchdowns, a bad pick 6, possible fumble recovery. But I see San Francisco's offense putting up points on the board too. And I think Dallas probably gets some little bogus. It's
going to be an ass whooping, and the Cowboys going to score some touchdown at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think San Francisco.
I think everybody tend to forget that we just played the same team last year, but we lost by 6 points.
But they didn't have this quarterback.
That's doing the same thing that Jimmy Garoppolo.
No.
Jimmy
Garoppolo, he's a placeholder.
Brock Purdy is throwing that bitch, bro.
Yeah.
When I tell you that was the only knock on Jimmy G, and that's why Devo was when I tell you
he ain't played no pass rush like they had against us. He ain't played nobody close to our defensive line. Nobody. There ain't no team that he had to play with no pressure like us. Like, bro, we lead the lead in pressure, so you can't say that. We lead the lead in turnovers. You can't say that.
But y'all also ain't playing against this offensive line. Y'all ain't playing against
the Eagles.
Look,
we're gonna play to get best offensive line.
Look, man, all I'm saying.
Hold on.
You can't compare Brock Purdy to Jimmy Garoppolo. They're 2 completely different quarterbacks. Jimmy Garoppolo is completely different. He's more of a game manager. He's a low risk quarterback.
So you saying that Brock Purdy's gonna beat us? That's what you're really saying.
No, I say that Brock Purdy not being afraid to get the ball to his playmakers is what's going to be the death of y'all. I feel like if Jimmy Garoppolo was the starting quarterback in this game, you guys would have a much better chance. But Brock Purdy don't give a fuck. He does not. Brock Purdy is going to take those chances, and that's what's really going to help him out in this situation.
Mm-hmm. I got the prediction.
Well, what's your score? What do you got?
I got 24-14. My boy is up.
24-14 Dallas?
24-14.
Hey, man. Again, I don't see boys hater. We'll see if that ends up being it. But
I just can't go all the way with the Rook like that. You know, I love him. I wish him the best success in the world. I hope he become an MVP. You know, I love stories like that. But I just can't let him see this. This is the first time he's gonna see that pressure. He ain't had that pressure yet. And when the rookie first time getting them blitz like that, they coming.
He played 2 okay. He played 2 okay.
They not blitzing
defenses.
every time now. But you got to remember Parsons coming off that edge. And
But
I'm not lining up over Williams. I'm bringing Parsons on the other side.
And you know what? But
I'm getting them on the strong side. I want you to see me coming.
I
I
don't want
want
to
you
take
to
too
get
much
nervous
time
when you
on
see me.
this because I know we got to move on to other games. But you know who Brock Purdy reminds me of? Because you over here saying that you got to put all the pressure on him. You don't got to. And they out in California too. Brock Purdy reminds me of a young The Game. Join a G Unit. The Game didn't have to do everything. He had 50 Cent over there. He had Debo Samuel. He had Tony Ayo. He had Lloyd Banks. He had Young Buck. He had all these stars around him. All the Game had to do was make sure he hit a hot song here and there, and he knew he had G Unit backing him up. Brock Purdy got G Unit backing him up. He gonna be straight. He gonna be straight.
And just like the Game got that chain took, it's time to take that chain again.
Nah, man.
Debo coming. The real Debo coming. Michael Parsons. That's the real Debo. He coming. He on the way to come grab that chain.
You know what? Regardless, I'm excited to see what happens, man. I'm excited to see it. Again, my final score 38-21.
24-14. What you got, Chris? I know you're going 49ers, but what's the score?
Yeah, because I'm looking at that boy Brock Purdy's numbers and just the games he started. I mean, I understand you saying that defense.
Amazing. I'm not disagreeing with you. He has been
that boy got 1,300 yards in 6 games.
Bro, I would damn near if I could.
13 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
As a rookie of the
that boy got 13 touchdowns in 6 games.
Yeah.
Damn.
But you got to remember who he playing too. He ain't playing nobody like that. They had an easy ass schedule down the stretch. Just be real.
Hold on.
Talk to me.
Because we've been talking about y'all and that same shit all year about y'all easy schedule. So don't try to gas your niggas up when y'all when y'all schedule was in question and try to use that against them. You play who you play.
You play who you play. But I'm just saying, I mean.
So they had to play the Dolphins. They had to play the Bucks. They had to play the Seahawks. They had to play the Commanders. They had to play the Raiders, and they had to play the Cardinals.
Them last 3 games, what I'm talking about for real.
No, all those teams.
Them last 3.
We're not
teams. What I'm talking about.
Well,
I will say this: the Dolphins, the Bucks, and the Seahawks. Those are all playoff teams.
Yeah,
the Commanders was one dumbass loss away from being in there. And we're not even going to speak on the Raiders and the Cardinals.
Yeah, we ain't worried about them. Them last 3 teams, what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about them other 3 teams. I'm not saying every single doggone game he was just, he played some good games. His best pass rush team he had to play against was the Raiders. That's just a fact.
Whoa. Who? Besides the Commanders?
The
Dolphins?
They got good they got good D tackles, dog. They ain't got no good pass rush.
Come on, dog.
No, the Raiders are
Matt
terrible.
Crosby on one side. Bro, Matt Crosby is one of the leading sackers in the NFL. How can I not say that they have a great pass?
But I'm talking about he has been playing against duds. He has not been playing against duds.
Who, the Raiders?
Playing against some good
Matt Crosby? You talking about Matt Crosby has?
No, I'm saying Brock Purdy. He has not been playing against duds.
I'm talking about his last couple of games he played against duds.
Oh, ain't nobody. You go
Arizona trash as hell.
You make it seem like every other quarterback is going against Lawrence Taylor every week. Nobody has some crazy.
The reason why I'm saying the trash is because I'm talking about the pressure compared to us on the Dallas defensive line. That's all I'm talking about. I ain't talking about the complete team.
Shit, y'all ain't looked so hot the past couple weeks either.
Who?
Y'all ain't looked too hot the last couple weeks either.
The reason why we haven't looked too hot because our cornerbacks are gone. All you need is one move to beat a cornerback.
Hey, excuses are excuses. Excuses are excuses. I ain't got time for that shit. Don't try to sit here and use an excuse for somebody talking about that they ain't win against nobody. So we can say that y'all didn't win against nobody either. Wait, hold on. Y'all went against the same Commanders team and got y'all ass whooped, but they ain't play nobody. I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, hey, go to the next game.
Y'all both played the same team.
C-boys, man. Tired of talking about the C-boys. Who we got next?
Let's see. So next, I guess we can go to the other AFC matchup. Well, you know what, we say that for last. Giants Eagles.
Look, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna be that guy.
Shit, I'm right there with you.
Look, Danny
I'm right there
Dimes.
with you.
Danny Dimes.
Vanilla Vic.
Look, and again, because I ain't gonna call it out.
Vanilla Vic.
All I'm saying is these Patriot coaches, this Bill Belichick coaching tree, they're all frauds. Every last one of them is a fraud. The second Danny Dimes got rid of Joe Judge and did not have to look at that sorry ass man in the face anymore, and he got a real head coach, Danny Dimes has been that man. Danny Dimes, to me, next to Lamar Jackson, you talk about one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the league right now. And he's throwing that bitch on a rope. Saquon Barkley looks re-energized. I say the Giants, and especially since they're playing a divisional team, this ain't a team that they haven't played against. This is a team they see.
And they almost beat
every
them with their second
season.
string.
Look. They're playing with juice right now. We can't
They
underestimate how
playing with
much
house
juice
money.
means.
The Giants playing with house money right now.
Look, exactly.
Nobody is expecting them to win this game.
And
Nobody's
those type
expecting
of
them to win
games,
this game.
historically, those are the type of games the Giants win.
Rodney,
Historically,
fix your
those are the
face.
games
Rodney,
they
fix
win.
your face. I don't like how
Yes.
you looking.
Yeah, but look, I'm going New York Football Giants. The New York Football Giants, 24, Philly, 16. Yeah, I'm doing it. I think Danny Dimes rushes for 85 yards. Saquon Barkley has a combined 150 yards. I just think that makes too many big plays. They make too many big plays. And I see a couple bad Jalen Hurts turnovers too, but I'm going New York Football.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and give it on out there, man. The Eagles want to put their work in, man. I want the Giants to win. Don't get me wrong, because I don't like the Eagles. I hate the Eagles like a motherfucker. Trust me, I despise the Eagles. I'd rather the Giants win all day. But I think that boy Jalen Hurts had enough time to heal up. And I think we forgot. We ain't seen him in a minute for real. We ain't really worried about that last game. We forgot what he looked like before he left. We forgot that he was in the MVP position before he left. That's not. We forgot it a little bit. They started to steal out at the end, but they stealed out at the end because their quarterback was gone. Let's not forget that now. They come in there, man. They finna start moving that ball. They finna start doing that run.
They were starting to look ugly before he left.
That man finna start moving, man. They finna start moving that ball. The offensive coordinator is amazing. Set them up in different positions. It's the playoffs now. They finna bring the best plays out because we seen when they played against the Cowboys that first game. Every play that they did was amazing. I'm like, what kind of? See, I ain't never seen the plays they was doing. Moving the way they was moving AJ Brown around, motioning him, the way they was motioning him, the way it was bringing him out the backfield, popping them in the back. Bro, the Eagles finna work. Now, don't get me wrong, them Giants are good. It's gonna be a good game. The Giants gonna stay in this game though. They ain't finna, you know what I'm saying, just get their butt whooped or nothing. But I think them Eagles gonna edge them out just purely off talent. Cause that's what the Eagles got. They got talent out there.
I don't think the Eagles gonna do it a third time though.
I know they done beat them twice. Their second game, whatever, you know. But trust me, the Eagles wasn't really playing for real. Let's just be real. They were not.
But they had their starters out there.
Huh? Yeah, they did. But they were not.
They had their starters out there.
They were not playing their hearts out either.
If they would have lost that game, they would have lost the number 1 seed. Yes, they were.
Yeah.
They would have lost the number 1 seed. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yes, they would have.
I said they would have lost. They would have lost. They would have. I said yes. They would have lost the number 1 seed to the 49ers.
That's exactly why they were playing, because they was trying to get him rested for 2 weeks. That's why they put him back out there. If they weren't worried about that game, they would have just let Gardner Minshew play the season out.
Trust me, I understand where you're coming from, but when you out there playing on that goddamn field, man, you already know, hey, shit, I kind of made the playoffs, whatever, whoopty whoop. Nigga, you're not nigga. When you out there on the field, what I'm saying, the coach is trying to win this motherfucker. But nigga, something like the goddamn Cowboys game against the Redskins, ain't no goddamn way they should have lost that game.
If they didn't give a damn about the number 1 seed, Rodney, if they didn't care about the number 1 seed, then Jalen Hurts wouldn't have played.
You're not listening to what I'm
saying. No,
saying.
I'm listening to what you're saying. But you're trying to say they're not playing. If I'm not going to play for real, why the fuck am I going to put my starting quarterback?
They're intentionally not playing for real, but they're not treating it as a fucking playoff game.
Right, it's the number 1 seed.
I understand the number 1 seed.
What else is more important than getting that?
Nothing is. I mean, nigga, yeah, when you're in the regular season, yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from. But nigga, it's different from an actual playoff game. You're talking about a number 1 seed compared to a playoff game.
No,
Totally
but
different. That's what I'm trying to explain.
I'll say this.
Maybe I'm
I'll
explaining
say
that shit
I'll say
differently or
this,
weirdly.
Rod. Hold on, Rod.
I ain't going.
Those two are two totally different things. They
Right,
play way
right.
harder than they did in the regular season last game when they automatically clinched the playoffs.
But at that, right, in a game like that, you can't call that a regular season game.
I
Because
get it. It's a playoff type atmosphere. Yes, I agree with you.
So we gonna
But
call
it's
that
not
a
the
playoff
playoff.
game, bro.
It's what I'm trying to
playing for
explain.
something.
Rodney, if that was the case, then the Cowboys would have did the same thing. We ain't worried about the number 1 seed. We clinched the playoffs. That's the same thing. Like, because they were both potentially paying for a number 1 seed. If they didn't care, they would have just sat their damn starter down. Like that shit matters.
This ain't
I
like
understand. I'm not
basketball,
disagreeing
right?
that it matters. Clearly, we know the number 1 seed matters. It's common sense. I completely understand where you're coming from. But nigga, you know damn well your attitude gonna be totally different in the actual playoffs. That's no question.
Hold on, Rod.
That's all I'm saying. Their attitude is totally, nigga. You're coming out of the tunnel way different than when you came out. When you came out,
Rod, listen. Damn,
all I'm saying.
This ain't. Hold on, man. Hold on. You done heard your ass enough. Rod, think about it. This ain't like basketball. Yeah, if Memphis gives up the number 1 seed and they're the number 2 seed, it don't matter that much because the team still has to beat them 4 times in order for them to get knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
In the NFL, if you do not have that number 1, number 2 seed, you're playing another game, and it's one and done. You lose that game, you are out. It's all about the law of averages. Why would you want to play another game? They're going to fight to try to get that number 1 seed.
And I
My
agree.
reason why I think the Giants are probably going to win this game is because it's important for a quarterback to get in a rhythm. You can't sit out that many games and then also have this whole week off and come back against a hot Giants team and think that you're going to be able to have enough time during that game to get back in rhythm. We haven't really seen Jalen Hurts in a full game in over a month.
Yeah,
he had to play that game.
Try to get back in rhythm.
I agree.
Against
even if they clinched the first round, he
right
would
now.
have played. Even if they would have clinched the first round, he still was gonna play, regardless, because he ain't played in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. So again, Rodney, he's going to try to be getting back in rhythm and in-game speed in the playoffs against one of the hottest teams in the league right now, and a quarterback who is only trending up. He is trending up. Daniel Jones.
He most definitely is. Danny Dimes, my boy, doing his thing.
That the Giants thought he was going to be.
Danny Dimes doing his damn thing. That's what he should have been playing like in the beginning. I told you.
Now with the Patriots coach, look, how many of them Patriots?
They're terrible.
They're all terrible. They're all
only one, and he was only good for a couple of years. And Bill O'Brien, he was the only one, and he didn't he fucked up when they gave him too much power and they let him become the GM.
Them Patriot coaches, man.
He was doing good. He was doing good until the Texans gave him that GM position. When they gave him that, that's when it was over. Because he was winning games with Deshaun and D-Hop and JJ in his prime.
Let me give you the score.
But other than that, they've all been terrible, bro. They've been off. They've been trash. That boy in Detroit stayed there a year too long. You talk about the other coach that left the New York Giants? He was trash.
Oh, Joe Judge, terrible.
Yeah, so nah, I ain't going.
Yeah, at all.
I'm gonna say the score is 31-17.
Yeah, 24-16.
I ain't going for that shit. But so I'm gonna just bring this game in. Last one, the Bills and the boy, I done got a goddamn brand, the Bengals, both B's. Now I understand people are still a little sensitive about this game, but can motherfuckers stop being soft and talking about they feel like they should have to go back to Cincinnati since they was winning the game at the time?
Shut up.
Y'all gonna try to cancel the game and then put your own rules in? Man, like, come on, dog.
Everybody want to feel like their opinions matter. Shut up.
You know what? Well, they should go back to Cincinnati because when the game got canceled, Cincinnati was up by 7, and the way they were going down the field, they was gonna score again. I'm like, come on, bro.
If that's so much the case and you a fan, right? Go buy them tickets. Go buy them tickets and fill that goddamn stadium up. Then go with half and half, and you go out there. Y'all take your ass and go buy them tickets and go out there to goddamn Buffalo.
Yeah,
that's what you do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they gonna do.
Yeah, you ain't got no. If that's the biggest issue, you think a home field advantage is, go on up out there and take all your fans out there and take them out there.
Nah, but
Oh
honestly,
man.
man, I feel Joe Cool and them boys are going to go to Buffalo and they're gonna put the paws on them. I think Miami is kind of drawn out the blueprint on what it takes to slow down Josh Allen. I really think they do. You got to play bracket coverage on Stephon Diggs. You got to make Josh Allen roll out the pocket. Turn him into a runner. Make that motherfucker run. Because when he does that, he starts getting a little bit more loose with the football. Josh Allen loves it when teams allow him to get outside that pocket. When he does that, his decision-making goes down the drain. Take away Stephon Diggs, pressure Josh Allen, make him have to scramble. Because when he gets outside that pocket, either it's magic or it's tragic. Those are the only two options right there. So I think the Bengals have enough playmakers on defense, and they damn sure got enough playmakers on offense to control this game. And then also, I mean, them boys, they want to go back to the Super Bowl. They want to go back. They want to go play against Kansas City for that title game and go represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. So I got Cincinnati winning this one. I'm going to go 32-24.
I want them to make it hurt. I'm gonna go 27-24. I want it to be by 3. I want it to hurt. I want it to hurt. I really do. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was one of them people that picked Buffalo as the favorite. And Cincinnati was almost proving a lot of us right at the beginning of the season. But boy,
Yeah.
Josh Allen been looking ugly. And me
Yeah.
and Rod talked about this shit a long time ago. It's like, yeah, he doing all this, but why he keep throwing the matter of fact, it was around the time they played the Vikings. We started raising eyebrows. He was like, okay, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
Pick
Yeah.
in the end zone. That's the crazy part. He's throwing them in the 20 in the what we call it? Goddamn. 20
In the
yards
red zone?
in the red zone. He's throwing it in the red zone. How you keep throwing the interception in the red zone? What's wrong with you?
And that's the thing. Josh Allen has some of the ugliest turnovers you'll see. And the funny thing is, people make fun of me a lot for it, but it's become the truth. When Josh Allen was coming out, I was like, you know who he reminds me of? A bigger Jay Cutler. And honestly, he's Jay Cutler if Jay Cutler had his meds balanced. That's what he is. Jay Cutler had the arm strength. Jay Cutler can run around a bit, but Jay Cutler either had plays that were like, oh my God, I don't think there's another quarterback in this league that could have done that. And he also has plays that's like, oh my God, that's something a junior high B team quarterback would have done.
And see, and that's exactly what he was doing. But see, last year was probably the best year we've seen as far as the touchdown. Because he wasn't doing this dumbass shit last year. But guess who he had as his quarterback coach?
Brian
Yeah,
Dable.
and guess and look what and we see that his shit works because when you take somebody like that, Josh Allen and Daniel Jones, who are two completely different quarterbacks with two different styles and two different arms, and you can still go and make this guy a playoff quarterback and beat the Vikings, and potentially like you may be an underdog, but it ain't like you scared of the Eagles. You already played them twice.
Yeah, well,
And
I'll kind of go the opposite route. If you really think about it, Daniel Jones is a big ass quarterback, just like Josh Allen.
Big as hell.
I just don't think he got the arm.
Hell no, he got the arm like
Daniel Jones got the arm.
Not like Josh Allen.
No, but Daniel Jones still has a top 10 arm in this league. Daniel Jones can sling that bitch.
I think he can throw it far. When
Daniel Jones can
Josh Allen just can throw that motherfucker farther.
Nobody, with the exception of maybe Lamar, maybe in Justin Fields. I think those three guys have the strongest arms, and also Patrick Mahomes in the league. But Josh Allen is head and shoulders above everybody else. But Daniel Jones, to me, he has plus arm strength, and he's a better athlete than Josh Allen. So I think Brian Dable was excited to go over there and work with him because he was like, okay, this is going to be kind of similar to what I had in Buffalo, but Josh
with
Allen,
a better run game.
Like what you guys are saying, he's missing Brian, definitely. And his decision making is suffering from it a lot. That's why I think the Bengals, they're going to jump on that shit. And when they get these turnovers on Josh Allen, it's not going to be like Miami, who had a third string quarterback running the offense and he couldn't really capitalize on it. They're going to have a top 5 quarterback in the league. They're going to have a top 7, 8 running back in the league. they're going to have a top 5 receiver in the league, and then they're going to the number 2 receiver is a top 12, 13 receiver in the league. They're going to have playmakers that are going to make Buffalo pay for the stupid mistakes Josh Allen will make in this game.
Yeah, I can feel it, bro. I really can, because I just feel like Josh Allen really can't be trusted because I really didn't even look at Miami's defense like that. But for whatever reason, every time that they play Josh Allen, it's never just one of them games where he's just like he might like the first game. Of course, he got his numbers, but he still lost. He never just took control of that game.
Exactly.
And because I don't look at Miami's defense as a very good defense. I think they're okay, but if I had to pick, I think they, besides the Vikings, probably would be another bottom defense out if I had to pick from what we saw. Well, no, I'm sorry, the Bucks. I forgot about them. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody too much, but I mean, they defense just, I guess, just kind of underperformed to me this year when you think about what they had and what kind of how they started and kind of how they just kind of tailed off at the end of the season. That was kind of the only thing.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. I
yeah,
see that a
but
lot.
for whatever reason, I mean, I understand like it's kind of different when you got a team that you see twice a year, but at the same time, I'm just a believer. It's just some teams you just supposed to beat, and you just supposed to beat them pretty handily. And for whatever reason, the Miami defense is like the only team that really just had a clear cut blueprint on how to play them boys.
Well, I think
And we saw it last week. They almost won that bitch with a third string quarterback.
yeah. Well,
The defense kept them in the game.
I feel like when you there's good things and bad things about being consistent on a team. Buffalo, they've had the same quarterback, same head coach. Since Josh Allen started. So the great thing is continuity, but the bad thing is now you got teams in your division that know, okay, we see Josh Allen twice a year. We've seen his head coach. We're picking up on tendencies because of that consistency. So Miami, since they consistently see the same quarterback, same head coach, same game plan, they know how to play against them. So even the Miami defense that wasn't that great all year, they know they're going to be great against the Bills. And what I'm saying with the Bengals had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. And, NFL coaches are still human. They saw Miami Dolphins team with a third-string quarterback going against the Buffalo Bills. I bet they spent majority of that 2 weeks' time preparing for Buffalo. They just assumed, all right, Buffalo's probably going to get this win. So I see them ready to go ahead and tell the Buffalo Bills, hey, man, it's time to get the fuck up out this club. No ID, no Jordans, no white tees, and they're going to throw them motherfuckers out the club.
No hats.
No hats, no niggas. They're going to throw them about this club. That's what's about to happen. So, I mean, I just, I really think Joe Cool wants to go ahead and try to face Patrick Mahomes in this title game, man.
I feel you. And Cincinnati got Kansas City though.
Look, man.
They play them boys.
Look, man. I think when it matters most, Patrick Mahomes is gonna put his dick on the table. He's gonna have to. Man. He's gonna have to, man. Patrick Mahomes is gonna have to do it, and I think he's that great. I mean, honestly, to me, and I know everybody has their opinion, the greatest quarterback of all time is Peyton Manning. It's not Tom Brady. It is fucking Peyton Manning, the 7-time first-team All-Pro. Tom Brady ain't got all that shit. But the great thing about Peyton Manning is in big games, he played big. Patrick Mahomes in big games, that boy plays big. And he is going to let everybody know.
What you trying to say?
Huh?
You're saying that the only reason Tom Brady got where he at now is because of the coach, Bill Belichick, right?
I think they both need
what you're saying.
I feel like they fed off of one another,
that's
bro.
That's a whole other topic. But if you look at the numbers and you look at the accolades, to me, you can talk about Super Bowl. That to me is a team award. Now, first team All-Pro, 7 fucking times. Only one quarterback gets to be first team All-Pro. And he did it 7 times. 7 times. Peyton Manning is the GOAT. And Patrick Mahomes is about to take that title. He will. If Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl this year, I'm ready to go ahead and give it to him, man. He's Michael Jordan Mahomes. He's Michael Jordan Mahomes. MJ Mahomes. Yeah. So I mean, look, I think it'll be a fun weekend of football, but I think the only surprise we're going to see here is the New York Football Giants shoving their boots up the Philadelphia Eagles' asses. But other than that, San Francisco is going to go ahead and handle business. The Bengals are going to go ahead and handle business. Patty Ice is going to go ahead and handle business. So, it'll be a fun weekend. But
What's your Super Bowl prediction?
oh man, you already know the
I already
money's
know
going to have
yours.
to be made. The money's already made. They're already making the headlines. The GOAT, Patrick Mahomes, is playing
49.
against the very last pick in the NFL draft. Brock Purdy is about to sell a lot of merchandise. He's going to be on a lot of interviews. Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, every other man named Jimmy. They are going to sell it more than they sold any game ever. Look, I'm a firm believer in shit being a setup. The stars are aligned. They want Brock Purdy, this no-name last pick, to go against Baby Goat. It's set up already, man. There's too much money out there to miss this opportunity. Too much.
It's gonna be Chiefs or either 49 Cowboys either way, in my opinion. Because either one of them is gonna sell.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the only team I
It,
can see. The Cowboys, but I don't think the NFL wants to miss this opportunity, man. Magabosa. Oh, think about it. During the national
hey
anthem.
yo,
Hey, you know how the MAGA dudes, they don't just put their hand on their heart. They had their fingers spread out. Tears flowing down his eyes. Tears flowing down while Shania Twain is singing that national anthem. They want that shot. They want to put their hand on Magabosa during that. NFL ain't gonna miss out. I'm telling you, man. You gotta understand this shit, man. Y'all gotta be smart. Y'all gotta be smart. They
hey yo.
Yeah. The only other option, and y'all can say I'm a terrible person, I don't care. They gonna either the Chiefs are gonna make it, or fuck around the Bills might make it, because the NFL gonna keep wanting to sell this idea of they're playing for their fallen friend.
I already knew that's where you was going. I already knew that's where you was going. Hey, this nigga finna get us canceled.
Again, because they gonna want to put the focus on the fact that they're playing for their friend. Other than, nigga, this game is dangerous as shit, and motherfucker almost died on this field. Nah, they don't want to say that. They want to say they're playing for their fallen ally and flip the script, man. I'm telling you, there's too much money out there. Yeah, that's all this shit is. But that's all I gotta say, man. That's all I gotta say.
Who I got? I'm gonna tell you who I got in the Super Bowl, man. I think I got
God damn, baby.
Bills, and I got 49ers.
You just said the Cowboys is gonna win. How the 49ers?
You know damn well I'm lying. You know damn well I'm lying. Goddamn, you know who the hell going to the Super Bowl? Come on, stop playing with me.
You don't even buy your own shit.
Come on, man. You know damn well. Hey, if we beat, like I said, we went in and beating the 49ers. And nigga, clearly, we're going to beat the Eagles or the Giants. I'm not worried about now one of them. I have no problem with now one of them teams. Of course I'm bull corny. Come on, man.
Dog, man. Y'all motherfuckers are tripping.
You know damn well I'm going with the Cowboys.
I got to go take a shit. Maybe my bowels started moving crazy after all that shit you was talking about. Yeah. I'm about to go ahead and take the Browns to the Super Bowl, man. But y'all boys be easy.
All right, my boy. I'ma holler at you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on, man. Y'all stay up.
Yes, sir. We talking next week after my
Yes,
W.
sir. Let me know. Yeah.
Yes, sir.